Next, we're going to spend a little bit of time with the form. We perform the Yang style 37 form in the Auburn Tai Chi Club here. We will probably add more later, but this is what we're doing for now. So we need to get into our starting position. So first, we would salute. The first section of movement is called preparation to begin. I'm going to sink into my right foot. I'm going to press that foot to let my left foot step out, and I'm gesturing just to guide you to what's happening, but your arms are just staying at the sides here in the Wuji position. I sink into the left foot and adjust the right foot to where I need it, so I'm at my shoulder width apart. And now I'm going to sink down into my Wuji position or bear stance position. Take a breath or two. Our first movement is commencement. Raise my arms, sinking back into my feet. I will embrace ball right, so I'm going to turn the left foot, move on to the left foot so that the right opens. As I move on to the right, my left foot will turn on the ball of the foot, and I end up embracing the ball. Notice I'm trying to keep my back in a neutral position, my neck back, all of the positions correct. I'm now going to move into ward off left. So my left foot moves out to the front, shifting onto the left foot as my left arm is cutting in a rounded shape, and my right hand and arm are just descending. We end up here. This is ward off left. I'll move into ward off right. It is supported, so I cut my right hand up through the air. The left hand turns and finds the pulse point or the meat of the palm there. My right heel steps out, and as I go on to the right foot, I let my back foot turn, and I am in ward off right, and it is angled to the 45 back there. I will raise hands and roll back, so I'm moving into my left foot. I rise, X, press, split, and push. So that is the opening segment of all that. I'm now going to turn to the side facing this direction and show you all of that again. Salute. Preparation to begin. Commencement. Embrace right. Ward off left. Ward off right. Raise hands. Roll back. X, press, split, push. And then I'm going to turn to the other side so that you can see this angle and these motions. Salute. Preparation to begin. Commencement. Embraced ball right. Ward off left. Ward off right. Raise hands, roll back. X, press, split, push. And then we're going to do it one more time with me facing backwards. Hopefully you've practiced all of these directions, or at least you're practicing. This way you can see everything that you don't get to see in class. Bow. Preparation to begin. Commencement. Embrace right. Ward off left. Ward off right. Raise hands, pull back. Express, split, push. Good job. So I encourage you to practice that opening sequence of the form, and to also practice standing, loosening, and the body opening exercises. We're going to talk about one more thing here quickly, and then I will have this be the end of this particular lesson. I went a little out of order from class, but that should be okay. We're going to talk now just a little bit about walking, because it's such a useful part of this and something that we all, can gain a lot from. So if I go into my Wuji stance again, for our walking, we are just imagining that we're in a low room, or there's a string above our head, and we don't want to bob so that we run into the string. When I originally learned this, I learned it from a Shaolin practitioner, and the way that he taught me was a little different from the way that my other instructors have taught me. And so I will probably show a variation of things over time. But one thing that I kept from him for sure is just when I'm walking, I don't need my arms, so I can put them behind me so they don't distract me. And this position is kind of good, because if you see here, it all kind of pulls the top of my back a little bit like we need, and it also forces me a little bit to flatten the pelvis and the lower back there, because my hands are pressing down, and so it's kind of a good reminder if you want to do it that way. Anyway, when I'm walking, what I'm doing is I am relaxing and putting my mind into my feet, specifically the bottom of the feet, I guess, and then I'm just going to soften down my right side so that my weight sinks into my right foot, and that's going to free my left foot and get this hip bent, and then I can just extend the heel, and now I smooth on to that foot, and I smooth back, and now I need to transition into my left foot, which is the front foot. I like to turn my hips a little bit here. You can see it with my arms moving by sinking into that right foot a little bit, because I find that it makes this forward shift put me balanced into my foot. You don't have to do that. You can as well. Here I am, I'm in my right foot, my heel is down, and I'm just smoothing straight forward onto the left foot. I'm going to smooth back onto my right foot, and then I'm just going to step, and I can do that without turning my pelvis and torso, and so it also works, but it requires a little bit more hip flexibility to be able to smoothly do that. So if your hips are still too tight for that to really work super well, then I would encourage you, I'll move back a little bit, again, to turn the hip and step onto the foot. All right, so I think I'm about to be interrupted, so I'm going to stop this video now. Thank you so much.